Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This week we are going to be looking at a new champion, Black Widow Clairvoyant. We just awakened her and we ranked her up a bit. She's at Sig level 29. We have some synergies here. She gets 5% extra, 10% extra attack just for being on the team. Nick Fury has an extra 10%. We have Medusa, and we have Human Torch for power gain. And I'm telling you, this champion is absolutely fantastic. So we start with the Curse of Blood active. When the fight starts, we do a heavy to start that bleed. We put a next heavy, we do poison, and as you can see now, we are hitting 4 light attacks to cycle through to the Hellfire. So this champion is very unique in that she is very versatile. So if you want to bleed the champion, there's the Curse of Blood. If you want to incinerate the champion, if they bleed and bleed immune and they take damage with incinerate, this champion is fantastic for it. And of course there is the benefits of the Curse of Blood is when you fire off that SP2, you actually trigger healing and regeneration. Again, you can see we cycle through, so every 4 light hits would cycle through to the next curse. And as you can see now on the top left, she has the Curse of Blood right now. And then we are going to cycle through with 4 light attacks. We have the Curse of Plague, where she's going to poison the champion if you were to do SP1, or if you were to do finish off a combo with a medium attack. And as you can see, Curse of Blood, we just regenerated on SP2 100% health. We just regenerated, and if you go on to Plague, we are going to actually poison the Winter Soldier right there. And 4 light attacks will take us back into now the final curse in the cycle. 3 curses, Curse of Hellfire. And what this does on SP2 is complete damage, direct damage, and as you can see, he's taking a beating with this. So what you got to do with this champion is learn to cycle through those curses. So again, Curse of Plague again. And if we hold this and go to an SP2, I think we're going to go to an SP2 here. You're going to see we're going to power drain him, as you can see. So while SP2 with Blood, the Curse of Blood, actually regenerates Black Widow, the SP2 with the Curse, the Plague, would actually power drain the opponent, and SP2 with the Hellfire Curse will actually do a lot of direct damage to the champion. Okay, unfortunately we got that Winter Soldier power drain there, but we are just going to showcase this champion. I'm gonna in a second I'm gonna start taking a beating and see how far we take her down. I see we are in the Curse of Blood here now. So any combo you finish with a medium attack, you're going to apply a bleed. Any heavy attacks will apply 3 stacks of the bleed. Any finishing off a combo with a medium attack will apply 1 stack of bleed. Again, here you go, taking direct damage with that. We're going to go into, okay, power drain me again, but that's not a problem. So if you look at the top left, you will see what curse she has right now. So that spider is the poison, and then she goes into the Hellfire. You can see the symbol changing. We in Blood, and to cycle from one curse to the next, it's very simple. You just get in 4 light attacks. Sorry, so 4 light attacks will cycle it. Now, if we fire up the SP2, you're gonna see we're gonna start regenerating health, and it's quite a bit of regeneration, guys. I'm telling you, this champion is absolutely fantastic. We in the Plague, which will be poison. Hellfire, which would be direct damage, or Incinerate on the champion. Just hold and block. SP3. So SP3 is interesting. You do a lot of damage, but I'm going to take some beating here now. And it's safe to take a beating on SP3 because if you fire off the SP3 just before you die, she is immune to death, and she would actually regenerate health based on how many charges she has. So right now she has 3 charges on the top left hand, so she would have that she'd have that benefit of not dying for extra seconds based on how much charges she has right now. So again, we are taking a beating here. Again, we just want to see how close we could get her down there. Okay, I think it's close enough. I'm going to fire up the SP3 just as a safeguard, just in case you get knocked out or for whatever reason, you know you're not going to die because she's going to start regenerating, and you know we have 3 charges on her. And now let's see if we could get back some health. So she has that death touch. And what we do, we have the Incinerate on there. We're going to cycle through and see if we get some health here. 4, we in blood, and blood is where we want to be to regenerate. We need to get to that SP2. So we're not going to go to 4 hits. We're just going to do 3 hits or a medium. And we're going to fire it off, and we're going to start regenerating health right now on these hits. For every hit you regenerate some health. We back up to 22%. We're going to cycle through again. Or you don't need to cycle through, but I think you do a lot more damage if you just cycle through and get back to where you want to be or what you want to do. As you can see, Hellfire is here. We want to get back to blood to get more health, and that should be perfect timing. Boom. Again, we up and we are 24% health. And we're going to do something different in this video. We're not going to end the video. We're going to take a look at her her utilities and stuff right now. And then we're going to go into one more fight at 25% and take on that Captain Marvel that is up next. But let's just look at her information. This way we get a better information on what she does and how she does it. So death immunity. She's immune to death. When receiving damage that would knock her out, death touch is removed instead, and Claire gains a death immunity buff, preventing death and healing of 12% of her max health over 4 seconds. And number 3, special 3 is what triggers that death touch. Claire gains 1 death touch lasting 1.2 seconds per clairvoyant charge removed. Death touch increases the potency of all curses effective by 100% and is not affected by ability accuracy reduction. And that's 1.2 per charge, clairvoyant charge. And remember, we mentioned quite a few times she had 3 up on the top left-hand corner. And now the curse of damnation, the curse of blood, is where she is immune to bleeding, but she infects bleed on finishing a combo with a medium attack or doing a heavy attack or firing off that SP1. And then if you go down to SP2, once she is in that blood mode, she regenerates if she fires up the SP2. When she's in plague mode, which gives you the poison, she's going to be immune to poison, but she infects them with poison. She steals and power steals, so that's very good against Hyperion or other charges. You get up to that SP2, you make sure you're in that plague mode, and you fire it off. And the last mode is the Hellfire Incinerate mode immunity. She's immune to incinerates. So depending on the champion you are going up against in Alliance War, Question, or whatever, you can select which mode you want her to be in and stay in that mode. To stay in the mode, do not fire off more than 4 light attacks. Just change up your combos. If you want to switch modes, fire off the SP. Not the SP, sorry, the 4 attacks, and then you could transfer into the next mode and use that. So she's very versatile. She has a ton of regeneration on her, and she has some pretty cool synergies as well with other champions in the game that you could look at on your own. But here we're going to go into this second fight. And remember, we had a 25%. So we're going to start off the fight with 25% and finish off this Captain Marvel. And you have no problems going into this fight with 24%. We're in the Curse of Blood mode that starts. We want to regenerate some health. Again, we brought her down to 15%. Just to show you how diverse she is. Boom, we're gonna bleed. And you're pretty confident when you're fighting with a Black Widow Clairvoyant because you know you have that regen available to you on that SP2. We just have to land that SP2 and we're good to regen. 2, 3, fire it off. And boom. We're back up to 40% from 14%, guys. Now that's some amazing regeneration. Now we could just do 4 light attacks and get into the next. Now we're in Hellfire. Now Hellfire does a lot of damage, direct damage on the SP2, and she does SP1, she does Incinerate. So remember, we now 4 again into blood. We could, again, more health. There you go. Now we have to over 55% again in health. And we can do all this all day long. Just be aware of what mode you're in. And know, get to that SP2 to inflict as much damage as possible with Hellfire. This one here, look at this, direct damage. As you can see, it's a ton of energy damage she does. A lot of energy damage. And she has that Curse of Blood. Now firing off the SP1 with bleed the opponent. We're down to 19% again, and we're in the Curse of Blood, so we're gonna fire it off. And just like that, we're over 38% again. Again, Plague is poison, but again, Captain Marvel is immune to poison. But even if you did fire it off the SP2, what you would do is power drain Captain Marvel. So any charm that is dependent on fast power gaining, like Hyperion and stuff, you get to your SP2 and you could power drain them. And you could prevent them from firing off that SP3. So which is pretty cool. If they're poison immune, don't worry. They're going to be not incinerate immune. You could switch modes and still deal damage. If they're bleed immune, you could poison them. You could incinerate them. If they're incinerate immune, you could poison them and you could bleed them. I mean, there's something for someone to do damage to. And Clairvoyant Black Widow is going to dish out a ton of damage. Plus, she brings 10% attack to everyone on the team. And I put her with Nick Fury because he does the same thing. We have Human Torch on that team because with Cosmic Champ like Medusa, then he adds and brings 5% power gain. So if you could add power gain to someone like Black Widow, why not? The faster she could cycle up to SP2, the better. And the more powerful you become. And as you can see, just by looking at the gameplay here, we're going to cycle through to the blood again. We're going to get to that SP2. Fire it off. We're going to go up in health. Captain Marvel is going to go down in health because we are just beating the heck out of her. And again, you can see she's immune to poison, but that's okay because she's not going to be immune to this be done coming up here once she transfers. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell. I appreciate every like and thumbs up and subscription. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.